Today on the podcast, we are featuring the Ohio-based alternative rock group A Cure for Love. Learn more about them and listen to their track, The Lantern.
Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast, where we talk all things music. I'm your host, Jeanette Kimzel, blogger and music enthusiast. Let's get started with today's episode.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. I'm your host, Jeanette Kimzel. For those of you just joining us, this is the podcast where I talk about different musicians and how their music affects me, and then I play a track of theirs for you to listen to, so you can check it out and form your own opinion as well. And if you're so interested in sharing your own thoughts on this track and the artist, I'll have details at the end of the show where you can leave your comments. So today I'm chatting about the Canal Winchester, Ohio group, A Cure for Love. And this group came to me, I got an email about them, and I saw that they had some songs coming out in October, and I sometimes get a lot of emails, and I have all these lists and things of people who I want to feature, and then I try to move down the list and kind of listen to the music and then to make a decision, and then so that's my whole process. Not that you really needed to know that, but so anyway, this band came across my desk, and I listened to a couple tracks, and I was trying to see what was a newer track that was out, because it looked like they had some stuff that had come out earlier in the month, and they had a new album that came out on October 7th, and that's the song. That's where this song has come from, that album that came out earlier October 7th, and I've been wanting to do something for the band, but then this month has been crazy. My mother was having a house renovation, and I was helping her pack all her house stuff, and it's just been this whole week I've just been kind of doing that, and then it's just been crazy time. So, but enough about me. Now I'm talking about the music and the band, and I couldn't really find a lot of information on the backstory of the band. I was doing some digging, and I found some articles that had some information about the lineup and the main members, but I don't know if it's 100% correct. So I don't, I can tell you where I got the information and just a little bit of background on the band. So according to what I found in one article on the Bravado Press Online, it said that their lineup in 2020 was Cameron Blair on guitar and vocals, Christian Coury, and that's Khoury, not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, on guitar and vocals, Justin Burge on bass, and Corey Leisure on drums. And that's kind of the lineup. And it seems like, just looking at their Bandcamp page, they had a lot of music that they've been producing for a while. They had stuff going back to, I think, 2018 on their Bandcamp page. And then another article I found online said that they were together since about 2016. It seems like the band was founded by friends Cameron and Christian back in 2016, as I said. I guess they were playing in a basement in Ohio, and they started doing house shows and practice space with different friends and local bands. So they seem to have a foothold in the whole Ohio local scene. And I'm in New Jersey. I don't know the Ohio scene. I'm just getting emails of different bands, and that's another really cool thing about the internet now is that you can live in another state, you can live in another country, and you can find this music and you can listen to it, and it's just so cool how there's things that are coming in, and you're finding all these different bands on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and it's just great how the music is being so just kind of spread all over the internet. And but enough of my digressions, and back to the main subject at hand, A Cure for Love. So just another thing to add that I found about the backstory of the band was that, according to this one website that I found, 614 Music Club, Cameron and Christian are pretty tight friends who've been playing together since high school. And then looking at their Bandcamp page, they have a lot of music, and it seems like their first album release was in February 2020, and it was called Storm in a Teacup. I did not listen to the album, but I saw that it was met with positive reviews online. I did, however, listen to a few tracks on their latest album, Birds, Beasts, Trees, Flowers, to get a feel for their sound, and I was taken not only with the music, but the vocals and the lyrics, and they just seemed to be like this fun band. You know, even looking at their Bandcamp page, they have, where usually the bio for the band is, they have this thing that says about as good as an IPA, and then it also says Surf Emo Ambassador, so you can see the band has a funny sense of humor. You know, this also really shines through in their music. I think like you can hear a personality and charm come through not only in like the lyrics, but like the vocals, and I think would appeal to people who are into alternative rock, emo. When I listen to the song, it has this like upbeat melody. It starts with these opening guitars that are like do 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 do, and like then it's, you know, it kind of cuts into the lyrics, and the lyrics are kind of talking about, I want to be like a blizzard, I'm too fast for you to catch. You know, it almost sounds like this song is more, has another meaning of like, you know, relationships and how, you know, things are, you never know what's going to happen, and like it's like you're holding on to kind of what you can, and there's another lyric that goes, we're barely floating, but I won't say it's enough for me. So it's like, you know, like again, I mean, I guess you can kind of pull relationships out of anything, but you know, I think like there is like that emotional element to the song, but it's also very like upbeat. And the fact that there is this juxtaposition of the optimistic sounding music and the almost, at least in my opinion, more of like a morose and kind of cold lyrics, unknown what's happening in this whole situation. From this, I kind of gather, you know, it is a relationship that's like on the brink of ending, or maybe someone who is in a long distance relationship. So it kind of offers like a cheerfulness in the music, even if it's a sad experience in the lyrics. And I do really like that kind of combination of where it could be like this like head bopping, dancey, fun music. I can just imagine like them playing live and being very like upbeat and excitable. And then also like, you know, the lyrics are kind of more like serious and sad, and I like that kind of combination because it does it again, it offers something for the listener. And I was trying to pinpoint who this band sounded like, at least in this particular song, and I was kind of getting some elements of like Alkaline Trio, and the vocals are very distinct, and they do have like this, you know, kind of very different sound, and that's a kind of a cool thing about the band too. They have their kind of own mark, and just, you know, in the vocal stylings, it doesn't sound really like anything else that I've heard. But, you know, I think anyone who is a kind of a fan of like alternative rock, or, you know, something like in that kind of area of like genre, this would be like a fun band for you to listen to. Because, you know, if you like music that is kind of upbeat and not so sounding the same across all of the, you know, tracks on the album, I would say definitely check out A Cure for Love, because, you know, even just listening, I did a few snippets of like each song on this album, and I really like the fact that they do have such a varied sound, such a very kind of distinct sound, even within their own, you know, the one album. As I said, I didn't listen to the earlier stuff. I probably should have gone back and listened to that, but I just didn't have a chance to. But yeah, I mean, the thing that's cool is that they are already kind of like showing how diverse and varied they have in their musical stylings. And as I said, this album is out now, and it's called Birds, Beasts, Trees, Flowers. And if you're interested in listening to the rest of it, you can find this and their earlier music on the streaming platforms such as like Amazon, Bandcamp, Spotify, along with other streaming services. And I'll leave links to these in the show notes if you want to check out some of their other music. Another great thing is that the band's been getting a lot of recognition for their talents, and they've been getting love on the blogosphere with features and write-ups in outlets including GBHBL, I Am Tuned Up, Bravado Press, 614 Music Club, MSU Media, Black is the New AP Style, and Keep It Posy. And I'll leave links to these in the show notes if you want to check those out as well. Another neat thing about the band is that two of the members launched a podcast back in 2021 called Talking Soda Pop. It seems like they haven't posted since January 2022. Perhaps they're too busy making music, but I can include the link if you want to check that out as well. And if you're in the Ohio area this weekend looking for something to do, you can see the band live They're doing a Halloween show on Friday, October 28th, and I can leave a link to the Facebook event for that as well. As I see, I'm getting to the 10-minute mark, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So without further ado, here is The Lantern by A Cure for Love. We would love to know what you think about A Cure for Love and their track, The Lantern. You can tell us in a comment on the podcast webpage. You can also leave an audio comment at the link in the episode summary. If you're looking for more information on A Cure for Love, you can follow them on Instagram at the handle A Cure for Love Band. That is ACUREFORLOVEBAND. They also can be found on Facebook and Twitter at the handle A Cure for Love OH. That is ACUREFORLOVOH. If you're looking for more new music, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you get the latest updates on our artist features. You can also find more music features on our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com. That is EATSLEEPBREATHEMUSIC.com. Thanks for listening and see you in the next episode.
Thanks so much for listening to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. To find new music and learn more about what we do, you can check out our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com.